I'm making this video to explain the solution material by Deyoung Modulus, which is already on the internet on different WhatsApp platform, and of course within the university community. Okay, so what we need to know is this as your students that your physics practical does not have lecture. There's no lecture for physics practicals, and I think the last time I interfaced or interacted with the part-time students, they were actually complaining, oh, they're not teaching them, they're not teaching. I said, no. What they're actually doing is based on your O-level work, you understand? What you have done in the O-level. That's what they're actually trying to check. Like, so the practical you have done, the O-level work you actually did before. So there's nothing new. But we understand that, okay, that most persons had poor foundation in their secondary school, and that they actually have areas where they did not actually touch in their secondary school, or they were not opportune to go to the lab. And even those that have lab, they were not having good teachers to help them, in those areas. So we understand that very, very well. And that's why, personally, I understand that very, very well. Solution to the physics practical. By the grace of God, I studied physics with production technology under faculty of under SLT, Science Laboratory Technology, and these solutions were prepared. Or let me start by, I started preparing students on physics practical since 2009, 2010, when I came into the system. That was even far before I gained admission. But at 2013, also 2013, 2014, I deemed it fit to bring a solution material that will really guide even those that could not attend the classes, okay? And I have to go through research and then keep updating the work. Even as I speak, I still have to find other way of putting the work in a way it should be useful anywhere. So the physics practical material is a guide, okay, is a guide. And by rights, if you go through let me check that part. I screenshotted some of the instructions that is in the manual. That is the introductory section of the practical of the manual. And they made a statement. Normally, you are supposed to go through your practicals, okay? This is the manual you are using, okay? That normally you are supposed to go through your practical booklets, like any experiment that you want to do. Normally you are supposed to be told, and then you go through it, get yourself prepared before that very day. All right, before that very day, so that you actually know what is going on. All right, so that you know what is actually going on there. Okay, so but sometimes we have a situation whereby the students are not being told what they are doing, and that is actually bad. All right, it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. I myself, when I conduct experiments, before I conduct an experiment in my class, in my lab, okay, where I'm working here in Uniport, I make sure that I inform the students about the experiment to be done for the next day or the next week, and they can now follow it up accordingly. Okay. Now, the essence of doing that is to enable the student to have at least the knowledge of what has to be done. I want to read out what is there. This is from the booklets. Okay. So that is if you look at number 5, okay, they say if you watch it, it said few general guidelines for keeping your laboratory notebook more useful to you. Okay, include the following. The laboratory notebook is the notebook that you use in recording your rough values, doing rough calculations, confirming your work, table of values, because you are expected to provide to do a rough table of values first. Then when the lab technologist has confirmed it, you can now um, move them into the manual, because the manual is expected to be neat. So the cancellation is not welcomed. Using TPEX is not welcomed. Okay. So you're not supposed to, by rights, by standard, you're not supposed to enter your values during the experiment directly into your manual. All right. It should be written outside. And that notebook that you use is not just ordinary paper. We call it laboratory notebook. So that in case of reference, okay, you can always use it as a reference booklet and to show that actually you did the job. Are you there now? Okay, so that is why you actually need to do that. Okay, so if you check option number 5, okay, sorry, I'm doing this video tonight. If you check option number 5, you will see, you actually see sorry, number 5. Let's read number 5 together. You see, say before you come to the class, read the notes on the experiment to be done that week, okay, to understand the physical principle involved. Are you there? So that means that before you even perform any experiment, you must have studied it so that you can learn so many things about that experiment. And if it's an area you have challenge, you should be able to go back to study more about that very practicals. That is how it's supposed to be. That is how it's supposed to be. All right. By rights, they were supposed to provide, yes, at times do that, but at times story here and there. Okay. Sometimes you get it towards after you have done 2-3 practicals. I asked the students in the year 2024, okay, that is which is the year we are, okay, for those of you that will be watching the video in the next 2-3 years, in the year 2024, have you been given the timetable for the week? I mean, each practical to be done? He said no. The man said they should just do this, do that. They should go through study M1, M9, M3, M this, M that. That is not how it's supposed to be. That is not the standard. That is not how it's supposed to be. Please, it must be corrected. Whoever is watching this video, please, that is not how it's supposed to be. The students need to know, because the practical are not being done accordingly. So they need to be told, or they need to be told of the practical to be done for the week, so that they will go through it. The physics practical is not theory. Practical is not theory. And that's why even teachers of physics have, some people have challenge in physics practical, because when you come to practical, the arrangement and some things that you think you know are different. You understand? That's why any physics teacher that knows practical very well, that teacher is very, very good in the theory. So what I mean is that the student need to go through the practical. Please, I beg all the laboratory technologists in any of the in all the universities, okay, that the student need to know about the practical to be done for the week, and not telling them go through all of them and this and that. No, okay. Now I know that sometime, as far as I know, in University of Port Harcourt, which I am, yes, a practical for the week is usually given. Like in my own time, 2011, when I was in year 1, a practical timetable was given. But sometimes we start hearing story here and there, okay? And then sometimes it comes out very late. It's not supposed to be. At least before the practical session commence, just that day of the orientation, the practical was supposed to be, the timetable for the week supposed to be given. So let's take note of that. Okay, that's by the way. Now, the essence of this video is to explain to you how you can use the manual, sorry, how you can use the solution guide. I call it solution guide, okay? I call it solution guide. I'm still working on something concerning that, but for now, for the time I'm sick, I have to release the material again for this year because of some of the pressures I'm getting from students, who have been calling me, okay, that their friend gave them my number and they used my material some years back when I was undergraduate or this and that. So they are still calling me to get a material, or they are still bringing questions. Sir, please send me solve this. Sir, please send me solve this. Explain this. Derive this. Do this one. How can I plot this graph? What are the scales? So the essence of that material is to also reduce the work on my side so that I don't repeat the same thing I explained to Mr. A, to Mr. B, and to Mr. C. You know, that it's very, very boring doing that. So that's why I feel that everybody should get the material with them so that if you have any question you want to ask, the question should come from that material. And it will be very easy for me to work on it. So now what I've just done currently in this 2024, I added the practical manual for each of the practical. For example, experiment M9, I screenshotted the manual question, practical session, table, and everything, and then the answers to it so that you will go through the questions and then look at the steps that I provide. So the solution material is a guide. Let me just open a sample of what I have here. It's a guide. I think I will have to increase the screen. Sorry, I think this is what I would have done since. Okay, please. I think this is what I would have done since. Thank you. All right, so I would have, let me just explain. Let me just show you a sample of that. This is just a screenshot of what I have. I think I will also need to, okay, let me use the one I already converted, the PDF form of it I already converted so that you see the sample of the arrangement, okay? Subsequently, with time, it's going to come in a booklet form, okay? Where everything will be typed, but for now they are handwritten. So permit me for no time. So they are all handwritten, okay? So let me just open one of them. Let me open one of them to show you a sample of how the work looks like. I think I should open M6 compound pendulum also. Okay, so please, if you have any question, you can drop it on the comment section, on the comment box. I also have a WhatsApp group where I attend to students generally because I can't be repeating myself all the time. Okay, so I'm trying to open the file. Just hold on. Now, like I said, the material is a guide, is a step-by-step guide on how you can do your job. So you have to go through, just like how you expected to go through your manual, the experiment for the week. So you have to go through the material first outside the lab. Most students make this mistake of going to the material with the lab, and I had some students had a complaint about their phone being seized and their manual being seized and the rest of them. Well, because they were busy pressing their phone and doing that in the lab while they were supposed to go through this, and that is not supposed to be. So it's like I'm having issue opening this file using this thing. Let me check. I'll see. I have to open it again. Let me try it again using this thing. Using phonics. Let me try using phonics. I have phonics here. Okay, let me use my cam scanner. Let me use the cam scanner. If I'm using the Adobe Reader, okay, let me try the Adobe Reader. I think I had issue with the Adobe Reader. It's here. I know it because it is not a valid document. No, it's not. Okay, let me use cam scanner because it was cam scanner I used in preparing this. Let me use cam scanner. Open PDF. Let me use cam scanner. Okay, so you're supposed to go through the practical, you're supposed to go the manual, sorry, the solution guide before the practical session. So that what is happening here? Open in cam scanner. I'm trying to open the file so that I can easily explain how the material should be used, because I was so surprised that even after sending the material to some students in a particular group, they were still chatting me and be asking some questions which I didn't expect from. If this is not opening, I'm going to go to my see the seat here. So we're having issue there. Okay, so let me go to my cam scanner directly where I did the job. Then I will open it from there. Okay, so the material is, I call it invisible tutor. It's a step-by-step explanation on how to use the material or how to go about it. Well, remember, you have a group work. The practical work is a group work. A group work in the sense that your values and the other person's value is not going to be the same. But please let me say this. Group work only ends after taking your table or after getting group works only end after getting your table of value. After you've gotten a table of value, everybody, you can do your job based on how you understand it. I hope you get that. Okay. Because some persons have challenge with group. There are group issues which I'm going to discuss later on, which you should avoid because some persons, based on the knowledge they have, they think they're doing the right thing while they're doing a different thing entirely. So group work ends just after taking a table of value. Okay, so I think let me use experiment M4, which is very popular. Let me use experiment M4, which is very popular. So, so that by the time you look at the another very good reason why you must understand how to use this material, so that to help you not to just copy anything. I gave it to some students, and then I don't even know how some students some students behave as if they didn't even attend secondary school. I'm telling you. So this is it. They just copy everything, but they write up. The one they were supposed to read out, or they were supposed to read out to do, they will just do everything. They will just write everything. And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so I'm trying to see so that you'll be able to see my face is not really important. Okay, but it's good. Okay. All right. So from what I have here, from what I have here, this is M4, experiment M4 on pendulum, simple pendulum, and this is the table of value. So now I was able to show the table of value that was gotten by students. You can see it here, it was signed, okay, dated also. So table of value that was gotten by students and the table values. So you are going to get something that is close to these values that is here. Okay, like I said, it's a guide that has to be used before the lab session. So this is table 1 for 10 oscillation, table 2 for 30 oscillation, and then table 3. I will, from my solution material, you know how to form table 3 because a student just, this is, how do we get it? So I'm going to explain that in that solution material, which is the solution guide. So it's an invisible tutor. It guides you. So when the tutor is not there, the material guides you on what you have to do. But however, there are areas that you may not actually understand very well until you ask questions. That's why you need to join the WhatsApp group. The number again is 09157293443. Okay, chat me up and then I will add it to the WhatsApp group where you can drop your question. You can also drop your question on the while you are watching this video on the comment section. I'll be able to attend to you. But it's better you join the WhatsApp group to meet up with your classmates in other schools and also within Uniport also, because this material manual is being used by almost all these federal universities, and even some state universities are also making use of this same manual or similar work like this. Okay, just that the questions and the statements might be different, but the methods and the setup are the same. All right, let's move on. Now, this is how the material is. So you can see, I start by explanation on area that I feel that students should be able to know. I said, questions and answer session, how to reproduce table 3. How to reproduce table 3. You can see there, how to reproduce table 3. So let me zoom this so that you can see it very well. How to reproduce table 3. So like I said, it's just unwritten. I'm still preparing to see how I can do the typing for second semester. How to reproduce table 3. Okay. Now table 3 is gotten by the statements are there, the questions is there very well, but you need to be explained. So you were asked to add the radius, to find the radius of the bulb, which I feel you should know how to use that, to do that using your micrometer screw gauge. Find the radius of the bulb, and then you add it up to the heights. So the heights that were given to us was, that is the length of the pendulum bulb that we use in table 1 and 2, was 120, 100, 80, 60, and 40. So you are asked to add the radius to the height that was given. So that's why we have H plus R. Please take note. That's why we have H plus R. I will still have time to explain this manual practical one after the other. Please make sure you follow me up in the YouTube and then turn on notification bell. Please subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button. Subscription is not paying money. Please take note. It's not paying money. Just hit that subscribe button. Then there's a bell that is there. Hit that bell to show you all notification. Choose all notifications so that once I drop my video, you'll be the first to see the video. All right, thank you. So I just explained, I said which is correct, okay? 1.5 cm, okay, which is correct. Then add it to the word, the height given, and copy t-square value for table 1 and table 2 to form table 3. So you can see that he's explaining to you how to go about that. I just gave that and I leave it. And somebody will like, "Sir, why didn't you put anything there?" You're supposed to know that this is a sample, a guide, okay? And maybe with time, I'll be doing everything directly, okay? But you can see the table of value here. So that means that we are supposed to carry out you're supposed to carry the t-square, which is the last column where we have 4.792, 4.211, 3.33 whatever, and then 2.65, and then 1.73. For that's the value you are supposed to carry. And then you put in this t-square 10 oscillation column. Then do the same for table, for 30 oscillation, 4.875, 4.113, 3.183, and 2.399, and 1.764. And then you now put it into this very other one. All right. Then the next one now come to nature of graph. So from table 1, okay, the nature of graph is supposed to be this for the first one, the first case, second case, and then the third and the fourth case. Now what you need to know is that you're going to plot four graphs. One graph is coming from table 1. Then 2 graphs is coming from what? Table 2. Then the 3 and the 4 graphs coming from what? Table 3. Now in table 3, we have two things. H plus R against 10 oscillation, and then H plus R against 30 oscillation. So that is where we have the 2 graphs from for table 3. Is that okay? Then I think yes, that is 3 graphs. Okay. So this is just explanation. Okay. I think invariably I'm almost trying to explain the M4. I'm almost trying to explain the M4. Okay. So that is that. So the material is a guide. Like if you get to this number of question, it says, and I said, remember you plotted a graph, 4 graphs, hence calculate the slope for each. Now note your slope should range from 23.5 to 25 centimeter per second square. Okay, so I now said for you to obtain a close value of G, but don't panic if you don't. Okay, so I now start giving you. So what I mean is that you need to look at your manual so that you follow up the question. So if you look at your manual, you look at the question here. Question number 2 says, now using table 1 and 2, like the question number 2 is on that table 3. Now using question 1 and 2 and 3, plot graphs, plot 4, that's supposed to be plot 4 graphs. So there are so many typing errors which I'm going to correct in the course of trying to answer the question, the manual accordingly. Plot 4 graphs of L versus T square. Now question 3, using equation 1, make L subject formula of the equation. Number 4, rewrite 3 to make you estimate the slope of your graph. Then using 4, determine your slope. What is the value of G from the slope estimation? Tabulate the values of your G from the 4 graphs, which is the table given to you here. Then, did any of your graph pass to the origin? Explain why. Discuss your results relative to accuracy and precaution. What is the physical meaning of your slope? Estimate the value of your intercept in each of your plots. So you are going to read the question and then go to my answer guide and then check what did I say there, in case you didn't understand that section, because some students will chat me and say, sir, I don't understand question 2, question 3. That is the normal thing now. Even in exam we don't understand. Outside exam we don't understand. Every time we don't understand until the teacher, the examiner or whatever give you the answer. So it's normal. So that's why I have this material. This material, in fact, I've had so many reactions over the years, especially by medical students, pharmacy. I love those guys. Some of them will just call me and say, sir, you did a nice job, and I appreciate that. Okay, so that is how the material is. I'm just giving a sample of the one. I'll still go through this H4, this M4 again. I'll still go through this M4 very, very well. So I was just trying to use this thing to explain to you how the graph look like. So I said something here. If you look at the statement I make here for 10 and 11. Now, when I did this practical, this solution, they did not add up 10, 11. I noticed that it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago that they added 10 and 11. There was no 10 and 11. The equation ended in number 9. So since I didn't have much time to do that, I said, check these two explained on my YouTube channel, Deyoung Modulus Solution. Always drop all your questions on the comment box or join group for detail. Then the number is there. Okay. Now, under the precaution, is something I said. I say, please use your words, and you can add or pick just two. All right. So these are ways I'm trying to use it to explain to you how to go about the manual. Sorry, the material. So please, note that your slope may not be the same with what I have here or whatsoever, but just know this is a pattern on how your work should be. And I still want to say it again, that please avoid using some of the old manuals. Be very careful. I am not saying that they're totally wrong. Some of the old manual. And I must say this, if the manual you are using, I mean the student manual you are using, is not a students that I have mentored. I'm not saying my work is a bad, but I know why I'm saying it and I can prove it to you. Please be very careful. I'm not saying you should not use it to be very careful. Let me explain that very clearly. Now, um, um, it is not everything that you see that is being marked that is correct. Yes, at times there could be an oversight by the laboratory technology that's marking the work. Yes, even myself, it happened to me sometimes. You understand? So that's why you need to get the right thing first. Remember also your defense. I'll still talk about defense too. Your defense. You need to really prepare and know what you have done. Don't just copy. Don't just copy. That's why this one is very explanatory. You understand? I don't need to plug up. I don't need to do some things here before you understand what I'm doing here. A wise student should be able to follow up this stuff. If you're having problem, you can chat me up on a number I provided before. Then let me know your problem. Of course, you can also subscribe for a private class if you want. All right. Now you can also join some other tutorial classes which sometimes are being called to also take. All right. So please just understand that it is not all the work you see that is correct. That is correct. I get me. So even my own work, I'm still doing some modification in some area to ensure I give the best, to ensure I meet up to standards. I get me now. So be very, very careful about those students' manual, those student solution manual where they mark. And even when that student have an A, sorry to say, some of the things that may be there may not even be correct. Let me just stop there. Okay. So I think that is that for that. That is how to use it. So any place you have challenge, you didn't understand, please chat me up. Any place you see something different from what you know, please chat me up. Like I said, I'm not above or I'm not the best, but I'm unique in whatever thing I'm doing. This work I've been there for over 14 to 15 years now. All right. And students have been using it and it has been working very well for them and for me too. For example, by God's grace, my first semester practical I got B. Second semester I got A. All right. So it was a very good one. So please make sure you ask question any area you don't understand. So you're supposed to use the manual before the practical. So if you are being given the practical to be done for the week, that would be fine. That would be nice. Go through it. Okay, tomorrow I'm doing M4, I'm doing M9, I'm doing M8. Please go through it. Go through it. Okay, go through it. Now, if you are new on the channel and you are seeing this video, this very one, okay, on how to use the manual, the material by Deyoung Modulus, you can also check for the video on the practical to be done for the semester and a scheme of work like the marking guide, what is you expected to do in your reports writing in your physics practical manual. Okay, it will also help you to prepare ahead of your colleagues and even ahead of the laboratory session. Okay, so make sure you ask question before you go to the lab, and not when you are in the lab and you are making calls. Doing that is not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be. If you have any challenge, you're supposed to ask the lab technologist. The only thing I advise students to do is that maybe after this, you can send you a table of, let me check, let me cross check, because at times there could be an oversight and there might be a mistake at the end of the day. It has happened even in my own time. Yes, during our vena caliper experiment in M1, there was a mistake somewhere, but the man didn't see it until when we were doing the calculation. I noticed that, and then it was corrected. Okay, so the idea is that you must go through your practical work before going to the lab. You must go through what you are before going to the lab. That will help you. And again, I talked about laboratory notebook. The laboratory notebook is to enable you put everything that you need together. All right. So if you actually understand your work, the work you have to be done, then you put them together. You understand? Arrange it together and then see what you can achieve. Now that the method is that you have to plot your graph in the lab, is becoming more serious and more complex. And that's the more reason you need this material. Every student needs this material. Every student needs this material. So send this video to your loved ones, to your friends, to your course mates, to your course rep, okay? And then let them locate me also. If you don't have the material, fine. Go through the videos that you'll be seeing. I'm going to explain all the experiment one after the other. Okay, and by God's grace, you see them in my live session, because I'm using my life to explain all this. But where you did not understand very well, you can always reach me on my WhatsApp. Is that okay? So that is that. Then I was also told that you were asked to, after getting your table of value and everything, when you did not finish up, you should leave your manual and come back again by next week. And I want to tell us that you will not even have the time to finish your work even by that next week. Do you understand? You don't have the time to finish that work. So it is good that before you go to the lab again for that week, in case you were not told about your practical to be done, like I said, you are supposed to be told. In case you are not told about the practical to be done, what you do is that you use opportunity to go through the work. Okay, use opportunity to go through the work. When you go through the work, then by that week that you are going for a second time, you'll now be able to use it and prepare yourself ahead of the class, so that you don't need to waste time. All right. So please work smart. Know that there's no more time. There's no much time. Normally, a practical takes 4 weeks, which is 1 month. You are done. Then defense will come, or the defense could be oral or written. And I'm going to also make a video on the defense, whether oral or written. I'll also show you some questions they normally bring up and other related questions that you should also prepare. Okay, so please help to share this video, share it to your department's group, share it to all the Uniport Year 1 group, whether on Facebook, on the WhatsApp, on Telegram, on whatever, wherever. Then also give me a thumbs up, okay? And the comment section is also there for you to chat, for you to ask questions, to make comment. Any area you feel I'm not doing very well, please make sure you comment in a very formal way, okay? And not criticize, because some of you, they like criticizing. I'm not saying my solution is the best, but it's unique. Okay, I'm just here to help. I beg, when I no come blow my head here. Is that okay? So for now, I'm going to end the live now. I'm going to end the video now. So other video that will be coming up is going to be explanation of each of the experiments. So, meaning I still give you the material and I still explain it. So you don't need to bother yourself, okay? You don't need to bother yourself with all these ups and downs. Is that okay? So with the video and the material, you are covered. You are very, very, very covered. Okay. And that is the more reason why you need the material. So you need the video, because some of the things you might see in the material, you may not really understand it as per se, yeah, because everybody come with from different background. Okay, so I think we'll end up this for this session. Thank you. This is over 35 minutes. Okay. I want to end this now. Okay, stop.